So I threw a temper tantrum yesterday, full on. Just picture me laying on the floor and pounding my fists and screaming. Both of us know the temper tantrum. Like, yeah, I'm not getting my way. You're not listening to me.
Here's the deal. We're two moms and we popped babies out in our 40s. And it's hard.
It was hard.
It's also the best thing that's ever happened to either one of us.
Yeah, but now we're moms in our 40s.
In our 40s.
With preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's bring the community together of women.
All the moms, 40, 20.
And also, let's just talk about, real shit. Real life, real women shit.
Yeah, real women shit. Let's do that.
Shit's hard. And also, it's funny. Life is funny.
Let me just pull my bush out of my bush.
Cheers.
Cheers. Unfiltered.
Because if you want a show, we're a shit show. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Good morning, sunshines.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to Church Mamas.
Church Mama.
We are on fire already this morning, so you guys are welcome. We're going to blow all over you today in the best of ways. Yeah. If you're not watching today, we're wearing the shirts. The appropriate shirts. I'll explain Meg's. She's got a beautiful mermaid wearing seashell boobies, blue hair, and I think she's smoking a cigarette that's blowing into a fish while drinking maybe perhaps some vino or vodka. I'm not sure.
Or a Heineken.
Might be a Heine. She might be drinking a little Heine. That's right.
Yep. She's beautiful. She
She's
looks
gorgeous.
like she's had a rough day.
Or maybe the best day ever.
Or a rough life, actually. Yeah.
Could be.
A little hard. A little hard. But
every time I'm smoking and drinking with a fish.
yeah, and I like how you left it up to me to explain your shirt.
You're welcome. That was intentional.
So, that's my inappropriateness. Cal has a shirt straight from Mazatlan, Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I think if you're going to go, this is the souvenir you should bring back.
Especially if you have kids.
Especially if you have kids. And you should wear it in public, always. Mm-hmm. There's probably about 10 different positions. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that. They're showing you how to do them.
Yeah.
And
of the sex.
Of the sex. And it's very informative. Mm-hmm. You might get something out of it if you haven't tried. Yeah, I was like, I haven't tried that one yet. And they're native Mazatlan people too. They made sure that you would know.
Yeah.
Because they're not wearing clothes, but they're wearing headpieces and bracelets.
Which sometimes gets the sexual position a little confusing. But I think the kids at Monkey Business are going to like it.
I think the parents are going to like it.
I walked downstairs to get my tea and I'm flipping my shirt inside out. Don't look at me, kids. You're going to learn too many things. Uh-huh. You guys asked where babies came from. Let me show you. This is
how they do it in Mexico. All over the world, actually.
Yeah, one in Mexico. Hey, guys, we're here to talk to you today. I'm actually here to tattletale on myself. That's what we're doing. It's going to happen because Meg's already knows, so I'm going to tell you guys a story because she's already heard it. But we're here for it, and you might have one of these moments too. And
we've all had these moments.
I don't hope so, but I think so. I wish we didn't, but we do.
I mean, that's just part of it, and that's why we're talking about it today.
Yep. So I threw a temper tantrum yesterday, full on. Basically, just picture me laying on the floor and pounding my fists and screaming. Both of us know the temper tantrum. I'm not getting my way. You're not listening to me. Last week we talked about pity party, and I was having a pity party. I'm really diving into my negative space. You're sharing about it.
Well, and I think that's cool because it happens, and it needs. I mean, we talk about it. Life is not PERFECT.
That was good job. Who is your elementary school second grade teacher?
Miss Dutcher.
Thank you, Miss Dutcher, for teaching her how to spell that word so eloquently. Mm-hmm. It was perfect.
Thanks.
So I just
it perfect.
I didn't even realize that's what you spelled. Okie dokie.
Anywho.
I was having a mom moment that I was not proud of, and I wanted to tell you guys about it just to make sure you feel normal and related in some different situations. And then I think just how the Megan supported me to move through that, and just how we can support ourselves to move through our own temper tantrums at times. So, and I will tell you, just before I even tell the story, I understand sitting here right now, having it happen so closely, what emotional dysregulation really is.
Totally.
Where it's like, it's not just like you're kind of upset or you snap. It's where you feel like you can't reel it back in, where you're like every single thing, it just is like snap, snap, snap.
Snowballs.
Snowball.
You
Snowball
just
snapper.
Yeah, you're rolling down that hill and
Yeah.
you can't stand up and go get a hold on things.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that you're just like in this like dizzy spell. You're right. Like if you tried to stand up, you just would fall back into it. And I did not appropriately handle the situation as I would be proud to, and as I would want my kids to. So we had a pretty good day yesterday. Like we got up and we're going to have a family day. My husband's home. I'm like, hey, let's go do back to school shopping. And then my littlest is just like pissed about it. And I'm like, I'm going to go buy you guys stuff. So we get to the store and he's like, let's go to the toy aisle. I'm like, no. When I said buy you stuff, we're buying school clothes.
Clothes, which boys love.
They love shopping for clothes. You guys are going to have so much fun shopping with mom and dad. I hate shopping too.
I know you do.
I know. So I get it.
I love it.
I know. See, I should have just had her go shopping for us.
I should. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
Next
better.
time.
So Quincy's excited. He's finding new shoes, and Witten's just whining. And the more that he's whining, I can see, like when we were talking to Brandy, the psychologist, if you guys are forget the term. Okay. Anyways,
Therapist.
Yeah. She was talking about us like moving up the thermometer. So throughout this morning, I was moving up. I could tell I was like probably a 4 or 5. Now at that time, I didn't stop to identify that. I was just like, you're annoying the shit out of me. Stop whining. I'm trying to do something nice for you and buy you clothes. Like we're here to buy you a bunch of shit. And usually we don't do back to school shopping. We get hand-me-downs. So it was kind of a special thing that we were actually going to go buy stuff. Right. So after I think 2 stores of this, I'm like, John, I can't do like this is not fun for any of us. Like Quincy's just watching us whine. John's getting a little emotionally dysregulated. He's moving up the radar. And meanwhile, Quincy's just like, look at my new shoes. I love it. He's doing great.
Good job, Quince. I think that it's an important thing to acknowledge that when you are in that kind of a state and that your thermometer's rising and you're not acknowledging it or you're not paying attention to that's what's going on, we do reach out to get like either help or commiserate. So you do start to bring other people into that. And so, yeah, so your husband, you're like, listen, this is not going well. And so he's like, well, I'm not freaking doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? So then you start
You're
to like
feeding on each other.
Yeah. And then so to everybody, the family thermometer is just rising.
The family thermometer is moving on up. And I think we must have identified it without identifying. So like John said, let's go to 3 Marks. That was his solution.
Good job,
it's
Johnny.
noon. I think we need food. I think Witten needs, maybe we're getting hangry. Maybe you need a margarita, honey. So we went and the kids got to run in the fountain, go get their sprinkles, do all the things. So now they're having this like fun time and everybody's like, oh, we got back down. And you would think we're at a 0, but I think the 3 is still stored in, like we haven't fully let go of it. So, but we think we're doing pretty good. So we finish off the afternoon. It's wonderful. And then Megs and I were like, let's take the kids to the fair because we're badass moms. Who doesn't want to go to the Adams County Fair?
Right.
Pet some sheep and then go on some $1 million rides.
$1 million rides.
$1 million rides. So we do
$1 million carnival rides.
You know what? Here's a $30 ticket. You can ride 3 rides. Enjoy the little fun house. There was nothing fun about it. You walked upstairs and went down a slide.
I'm like, we could do that at home.
Yeah, $10. We should just start
$10, please.
Yeah, having people come over and be like, that's $10 a slide. Enjoy.
There's a cover fee at the door.
If you're going to want to use the slide, and if we
or the stairs.
Yeah. Or just to go to the restroom, we're also going to charge you. But it was fun. We had a great time.
It was fun because it's fun when we're all together and the families are all together and the boys get to run around and it's fun and it's exciting and your energy's up because it's like you're out doing something. You know? Different.
And I don't think anybody I felt like my thermometer was pretty good that whole time. Like I feel like everybody's emotions were great.
Yeah.
I mean, but we were granted, like we're just giving the kids everything. We're like, you're playing a game, you're winning a stuffed animal, you're doing the rides, here's a character, here's a bouncy house. Even on the way out when his thermometer was starting to go up and I was like, wait, hold on, they want to ride the pony real quick. And he's like, oh, and then I'm like, wait, oh, hold on, Quincy wants the bull ride. And he's like, damn it. So now he's like 5, 6 and I'm still like, I'm good. I think I'm good. We get into the car. And it's 7 to 7:30. Now the boys just start whining. And whining is my biggest trigger, I would have to say, for all of us to identify our triggers. And I don't know, like once you've identified how you stop that action from a child who's naturally going to whine. What's one of your biggest triggers?
Whining is big for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm I have a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
Too.
And I know some people that they can just listen to their kid whine, and their ear just tunes it out. And I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I turn the volume down on that so that my heart doesn't like start to go up, so my heart can relax during it?
Yeah.
And so they're whining on the way home. I'm like, they have got to go to bed. And we had already mentioned that Megs and them were going to come back over to the house, but it's 7:30, which is they lay down at 7, they go to sleep at 7:30. I know our family's crazy, but that's how they sleep the best, is they go to sleep at that time. So I was like, no, guys, we're going home and going to the bed. They're like, no, Megan and Johnny are coming over. We're hanging out. We're playing. I'm like, no, bud, they're not. We're going home and we're going to bed. And then everybody starts to lose their ever loving shit. They're whining, they're crying. I'm just like, you guys, like, this is where I become it's like I'm aware that I've lost my shit. And then I'm going to make a point so you stop whining. And one thing that I like to do is intentionally cuss. Like, this is like, I don't, cause like they might hear me like cuss in passing a little bit, but I'm just like, you guys are losing your shit and now I'm losing my shit. And like, this is not how I want them to demonstrate their emotional regulation. This is like, fuck you, Mom. Yeah. I'm getting really pissed right now.
I'm losing my shit.
And that's my show up to them in the car on the way home. And in my dysregulated brain, everything makes sense because I'm like, if I am this aggressive, it's going to snap them back into it. And they're going to be like, okay, Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'll be good and go right home and go to bed. And I'm like, oh, me too. Let's go. Like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
It's never what happens.
No,
but it's a hard stop. It's hard to stop it.
Yeah.
And I think too, I mean, you like in that sense, in that moment, in that very moment, you're like, the kids are probably overstimulated because we've just been to this fair and they've been running everywhere, going upstairs and going down slides and riding rides, and it's loud, and you know you're outside of your regular routine, element, which is great. That's part of life, and that you got to get out and do that. But now they're tired, now they're over it, and they're overstimulated, and so are you.
Yeah.
And now you're in the car and the trigger hits.
Yeah.
So,
and I think, like you said, you can't in the beginning of that, which is what it feels like. But the end of this conversation is that we can, but it's a learning process, right? And which is why I wanted to share about this today. So you guys can see the reality. Like, you probably look at us like, they're probably perfect moms. Look at them wearing those naked sex shirts.
Of course.
Like, they're probably so good.
All the things they talk about on their podcast, I can tell they're perfect.
Okay, so you guys have never thought that. So maybe we should start telling stories about how we're good parents every once in a while. We might need to flip the script eventually.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're not ready yet. So we had the conversation on the way home. We get home. I'm like, we're going to bed and we're not watching a movie. And we have a bedtime routine, and routine helps kids go to sleep. But instead, I'm like, not only am I going to like use foul language and yell, I am going to now take away your routine so that you're really dysregulated. Like, if you want to try to match my dysregulation, homie, like, let's go. Let's go, bro. So then they're like freaking out. They're like, please, can I just have my chocolate latte and I'm hungry? And this is where the best part happens, Megs. My son's like, my stomach hurts, which he does. I'm not really exactly sure. At nighttime it happens occasionally, but usually it's because he either wants like closeness, or it's more of an emotional thing than it is like his stomach hurts.
Right. It's his way to explain a need.
Yes. And so I'm like, okay, well, you need to have something healthy because you just eat, because now I'm going to critique anything, right? Because we just eat freaking pizza and chicken nuggets all the time. We need some apples and some fruit in our life. But all we have is a banana. I'm like, do you want this banana? So he's like, fine. And I don't know what happened in the kitchen, but somehow John Carroll knocked the banana out of my hand, so it fell onto the floor. Like, it was just like we bumped into each other or something. So then he's like, I don't want it. But it's the last banana. I'm like, dude, eat the banana. And then I wash it off. I'm like, the banana's fine. So like we take it upstairs and we're in the bathroom getting ready to brush teeth. And Quincy's like refusing the banana, but his stomach hurts, but he wants something to eat. And now I'm at an 11. These go to 11.
That's at 11.
And do you know what this mama bear did? She does. I chuck the fudge in banana. I take the banana and I banana smash it. And I'm like, fine. Boom. Talk about a toddler reaction.
Tantrum, yeah.
Completely. Yeah. And I'm just like, don't eat the banana then. And like both of the kids are just like, like, I think the banana was the pivotal moment for our conversation. It's what I needed to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's not. That wasn't like good. Yeah. But they did like stop in their tracks. So now I'm just like, Kelly, what are you doing? Now I'm like, I think I snap myself into the acknowledgement that I am in complete dysregulation. I am not in control of my body. I'm not doing my breathing exercises. I didn't take time to go to my room to just check out for a second. I'm not doing any of the things that can support us in bringing ourselves back into our bodies. Because when you're dysregulated like that, you guys, you're kind of like out of body. Like it's an outer body experience. So you're out there and you have to come back in to your own being. So you can be like, oh, whoa, there she is.
Yeah.
So that was like, it was a recognizable moment for me. So we lay in bed. I'm like, okay, you guys, like, Mom has got to talk to you.
Ooh.
Like, I really need to apologize about my behavior. This is seconds after the banana toss, the banana smash, right? And I'm like, we can watch a movie. Here's our chocolate lattes. I was really feeling hurt that you guys got all of this cool stuff today. Mommy took you shopping. I was trying to buy you things. Your brother and sister, we never got to go do that back to school shopping. I was trying to do something special for you. Then we took you to the fair and spent hundreds of dollars on all this cool stuff for you. And I just feel like you're not appreciative. You didn't say thank you. Like, we did say thank you. And I'm like, I don't really think that you like feel like you're having a happy or thankful heart. And I wasn't either. So we had this pretty good, well, no, it was a great conversation about me getting to share and acknowledge how I didn't do what I needed to do in a point of dysregulation. I was like, I should have taken some deep breaths. And I told him this. I should have taken myself to the bedroom and just relaxed my body for a little bit before we had this conversation. And you guys could have done the same thing too and had some more calmness in your bodies. So all in all, although it was like, I would never want to repeat those actions and show up like I did. It was like, I know that we learned something and the boys got to learn something, because instead of just pushing it under or pushing it down, I acknowledged where I really fucked up and took those words to them of apology and acknowledgement of what we could have done different and what we will do different next time. And I could see myself, Megs, in a similar situation, like going home where they're whining and be like, hey, you guys remember the banana smash day?
Yeah.
Like, I'm moving up the thermometer right here and my heart's racing a little bit. I need everybody just to be quiet. We're going to do 5 minutes of quiet time and we're all just going to breathe.
Yeah. And what an amazing takeaway, because it happened. You can't ever change that. It happened, and it's going to happen. But what you are bringing is, if that didn't happen, there isn't a lot of room for learning then. You know what I mean? Because mistakes are opportunities. So you had this mistake in front of your kids, and I mean, and they are also now learning about themselves. Like, you know what? When I show up to Mom that way, this is what happens. Like, this is what can happen, or it doesn't help Mom. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help the situation. And instead of sweeping it under the rug, pretending like it didn't happen, the acknowledgement of saying, I did something in a way that I wish I would have done differently, which I think all of us can relate to, including our kids, and allowing a space for them to acknowledge that maybe for themselves in the future is amazing.
Yeah.
And then also saying, here are some ways that we can make it better. Not just apologizing, but saying, you know what, when this happens again, because it's gonna, here's some ways that we can maybe get ahead of not losing our shit, not getting all the way to a 10 on our thermometer, an 11.
Yeah.
And taking a moment and expressing that. And so now that when you have a situation, you say, hey, remember that banana day? What are the ways that we can take? Mom is going to do this. What are you going to do? You need to go in your room. You need to, run around the house for a second. Go whatever you need to do.
And I think that having another conversation this morning is going to be great for us. Just everybody in at a zero, everybody's feeling great this morning. We actually woke up with so much love in our hearts. We went to sleep with so much love in our hearts. Like, as we were going to sleep and after we had the conversations, they were like, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry I was whining. Witten's like, I'm sorry I was whining and I was interrupting. He told me like 10 times. So like, they know where they were acting in a way that's going to invoke that sort of emotion. And I knew, like, we were both, I guess, like admitting our faults in a positive way to just apologize to each other. So having a conversation again, I love what you said about I like telling them, this is what mommy's going to do next time. What will you do next time? So that we can even have a code word, like the code word in one of our episodes, but it was for yours.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, yeah.
Yours could be banana.
Banana. But for like emotional dysregulation.
Yeah.
Like I think like if we used to say banana smash, like that means our heart's like getting a little crazy because you can't unsee the banana smash. And like even as we were going to sleep, like, Mom, remember when you threw that banana?
Didn't he say something like, I've never seen a person throw a banana before?
That's what he said. Mom, I've never seen a person throw, but and I was like, me either, bud. Either have I. And now we've all seen it. And this morning I'm like cleaning up banana. Gosh. I thought I got it all, but really it was explosive. It was just like the perfect banana for smashing.
Yep.
It wasn't too green. It wasn't too brown.
Yep.
So it had a little rebound to it. You know?
Feels satisfying. Sounds like it was satisfying.
Okay, you know the smash rooms? I kind of would prefer a fruit smash room because, yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Fruit smash.
Yeah.
Like fruit ninja. The other thing that you said that I think is really important to talk about too is, or just like repeat, is that we do learn from failure and not to be afraid of failing, that when you have those moments in your world where you're like, oh, damn, what did I just do? And we realize that we get to make adjustments in our life. And if we don't fail, if you never fail, you're not making any progress. That's just the truth. Like if you're like, if everything's just gravy for you every day, like if it's just so easy, you're probably not trying hard enough. Not that I was trying to become emotionally dysregulated, but now I really do feel like I couldn't have yesterday told you what it feels like and known in my brain to be an 11 versus a 0. And it is very aware in my mind right now.
Absolutely.
So
I've had moments before as well. And not just with my kid, but with other people. And it is hard. It is a hard space to get out of without intentionally doing something to do that. And I think that I know that in the past when I've had those moments when I have gone to an 11 and then immediately there's something that happens that does immediately snap you out of it. And then I would immediately go into feeling so much guilt and shame and, almost having the immediate opposite reaction of what I'm feeling. Yeah.
That instead of throwing bananas.
Yeah, exactly. But then I think one thing that I think is so important about this whole thing is that, yeah, it sucks. It sucks to show up that way, especially to your kids. Like, you know what I mean? That sucks. But it's allowing them to see real and allowing them to know that it does happen. And because they feel that way. A lot actually, as young children, as toddlers, as young adults, you go through those moments. And if you don't think that that's an okay thing to have happen and then know how to repair those moments, then you're going to just feel fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're going to ruin a lot of relationships in your life and have a lot of guilt and shame that you carry around instead of being able to have it happen, repair, have tools for the next time that it happens, so that maybe you don't go to an 11, but maybe you go to a 9, and then it's like, okay,
it's a little better.
Yep. And because it's a learning process, just like everything we go through. But I think allowing them to not allowing, but having it happen and then them being able to see that it does happen to everybody. Yeah. And that it's an okay thing in a way that once it does happen, how we fix it afterwards.
That we don't have to carry the shame and guilt, because shame and guilt ruins lives. And there's so many people who aren't willing to move through that because the conversations are hard.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. The whole evening, like I'm just thinking about all of it. And then me like coming in and being like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And like stepping into that, like your ownership, because it is ownership, and I'm not going to blame anybody else. I'm not going to blame. I was freaking out and I didn't take control of my actions. All they could do is theirs, and I needed to take care of mine. So, not tying to the shame and guilt. And this is immediately. So I get the kids to sleep. I finally go downstairs. I go outside. I'm like, I've taken my deep breaths. I'm drinking some water. I'm like, okay, just get yourself together, Cal. And I go outside and I'm like, Megan, I just was the worst mom in the world. So I
threw a banana.
I've never seen anybody a human throw a banana before, Mom. And I think having that conversation, one, I'm not going to shove it down. Like I was like, there's no way I'm pushing this down. And I think it's part of why I was like, Megs, can we get on the mic this morning? Because I want to share this with other people because I don't want to carry any guilt or shame about it. I know that there was a situation I don't want to repeat. We moved through it as best as we could in that moment. And I know that we'll move through it better next time. But I had to go through after I was like really feeling that darkness still with you, Megs. I went upstairs and I was like, okay, I'm going to review all the things that I did good today, because you can have 99 good things happen to you, but the one bad thing is going to be the thing that you carry with you. And that's a scientific fact of how our brains work. It can be good, 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 good. And there's one bad, and your brain is going to tie itself to that negative situation. And that sucks. Like that we're so in tune and attracted to thinking about those things.
Yeah. We're hyper focused on the wrong, the bad, the negative.
Yeah. And it's how we're rooted. Like that's how our scientific, like we're scientifically built. So I took myself with this another great activity, I think, for all of us that we can learn from. And I went through the whole day. I'm like, Cal, you got up, you took care of your body. You went to the gym, you did the sauna, you took your kids shopping. Like they had a great time. There was a couple little whining moments there, but then even when that was happening, you took them to the fountains and you let them play and you let them get sprinkles and you enjoyed time with your husband. And then you came back and relaxed for a bit and got to go to the fair and like had this great time at the fair. Like as I went through the whole day, and then you had this breakdown, and then you had a great conversation where both you and your children learned from it. And I think that was where I felt like I finally went back down to, maybe it was like a 1, like a 0, like where I was just like, okay, like I had self-love in the moment. I walked myself through all of the 99 good things so that I could try to let go of the one bad. But this is just a little bit more therapy today, is talking to you guys about it. Because we want you guys to know that when you're mothering, we know, like somebody sent me a message, Megs, recently, that they were like, I'm so grateful that you guys, I don't know if it's like one of our reels or something, but like you guys touch on what motherhood really is like. Because some people that aren't moms or aren't parents, like they think that it's just easy. I think, like they're like, oh yeah, why are you losing your shit? Like it's not a big deal. Just yell at them. Just put them in a corner. Like they don't understand.
Yeah, they have all the answers for sure. And I was one of those people till I had my own kid.
Yeah. And then
sometimes I was like, well, why, shut that kid up. We're at a restaurant. Like,
what's happening right now? Yeah. Why are they talking? These kids always around.
That's not the way it works.
They don't like understand the reality of it. So like showing up for you guys, showing you that we are real parents, and that the reality of parenting is that there are going to be mistakes and fails, and that's how we learn. And getting to step out of that and make some changes, some adjustments in how you parent next time, and just do it 1% better. Just a little bit better next time.
Absolutely. And you don't have to carry the shame and guilt. You just, there was, one of my jobs,
one of my 99 jobs.
I would, on my way to work and home every day, I would take the same route like most people do. And there was this church there, and they had one of those marquee things at their church, and they always had the best. I would always look forward to like what the week's saying was going to be.
That.
I know. I loved it.
Yeah.
And one that I took away with me that I still use to this day, and it hits all the time, is it said, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. So just in that, it was just a bad moment, not a bad day. Mm-hmm. It was just a bad instance, not a bad parenting. It's like, it's these little things that you just have to remind yourself. It's just sometimes those little bad morsels happen, but it doesn't make the whole bad. And I love that you were able to go back and sit with yourself and say, look at all the things I did do good. And that is something that I think is a learned process,
Absolutely.
And you have that tool, and that's why we want to come to you guys and show you these things, because that's an amazing thing to do for yourself, because it's true. Mm-hmm. It's true. It was a bad moment. You fucked it up and you didn't do it the way you wanted to, but look at all these other things, and you don't need to hyper focus on that negative piece.
Yeah.
So I think that that's amazing.
Yeah. And I hope that as people are listening, you can step back to reflect. If you're like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but mine's not 1 out of 10 times. Mine's 7 out of 10 times. I'm losing my shit. And what a great place to start. Like you got to start wherever, maybe it's 9 out of 10 times you're losing your shit and you're like, that banana smash, that's kind of my regular show up. And if you're in a regular banana smash state and your kids see that, they're feeling that. So you guys are all elevating each other all the time. So you guys are all snowballing together. And it's like your whole family's just trying to get a grip, like just to find their footing just a little bit. So wherever you're at, you get to start right there and just see it. Like, okay, identify that. And once you identify, it's like, you know what? I'm going to have two positive moments. It's going to be a 2 to 8 ratio instead. 8 banana smash, 2 butterfly, whatever the other side is, right?
Yeah.
And you just work your way towards utilizing these skill sets, identify what you're doing good. And if you're like, I can't even think of one way I was a good parent this week. Okay. Like I bet you could dig a little bit deeper and you can see how you are. And you have to, it's kind of like when we talk about just the gratitude practice, how when you're in a really rough situation, when you can stop and it feels like your world is tumbling in and you can find something to be grateful for, that space, the way that you open up your heart, you're going to start to see that there's more things to be grateful for. There's more ways that you're doing it right. There's more ways that you're showing love that you're not even identifying. And the more that you do that, the more that you become it and the more that it just becomes. And all of a sudden you're like, I only banana smashed once last week. I'm feeling good about it, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I think that if there is something else to acknowledge is if you are showing up that way 9 out of 10 times, you have some work inside that you need to do in other ways because you are emotionally dysregulated probably constantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing about any ailment, anything that you can find, I feel like the coolest thing about doing something to fix it is acknowledging that it's happening or getting, you're getting a diagnosis or whatever that is. Now you know. So now that you know, it's like, okay, now I can find ways to help, find tools, find people that I can talk to. Other moms, are an amazing resource. Like the community that we have as mothers, we are here for each other. And I hope that you have that or can find that or get on our Facebook group and find it there because those moms are about each other. And we're here to support and love and not judge and continue to, just like this, talk about it so that it's out there. And then hopefully someone else has a tool. Like the one thing that popped into my head is when I was about to potty train, I had all of these moms pop up and be like, here's this, here's this, here's this. And they were all supportive and they were all amazing. And I was able to take what I needed from those moments and say, this is how we're going to do it. And it's been going awesome. So if you can do that in any other ways.
Yeah. When we get the I Am Journey portion of our program back up, because Megs hasn't got to do it, but this is exactly what it does. It takes people who feel like they're maybe spiraling in some sort of direction, whether that's with their relationships or their relationship with themselves or their health or whatever it is. They just don't feel like it's going in a good direction, and like getting people to find their grounding again to move forward. Or too, if life's really great, like it would help to support them like moving forward. But I'm excited for that to come back out to support people. So
I'm super excited.
I think that this is the cue.
Do you have a banana?
Kids are trying to come in here. We said, don't get in this room, and they're trying to come in the room.
Oh, Cal, thank you so much for sharing that story because it is just the truth. It's just life, and it does happen. And I know that that's not, you're not proud. So it's not like, hey, let me just tell everybody how I just screw up.
Yeah, I just royally effed up. Let's get on the mic and tell the world. Let's record it. And so it's digitally there forever for people
and ever.
Everybody can call me banana smash forever. But the deal is like if people don't,
I hope so.
If people don't share their difficult challenges, then everybody has to go through complete banana smash
on their own.
Yeah. And then if they don't know how to come out of it and they sit in the shame and the guilt, now they're going to be the ones that are 9 out of 10 banana smashing because they're carrying it. So we hope that you guys can take our fuck ups and the things that we learn through and go through in life. And when we started this, God bless our souls, we were like, you know what? We'll just use whatever God puts on our table and like brings to our lives, and we'll share about it authentically. And even though sometimes it's hard to share about the stuff, we're going to do it. And then God was like, oh, okay, let me just start prepping my kitchen. He's like,
she's like this.
Yeah.
Witten told us it's a woman. So.
Yeah. The other night,
Makes sense.
Yeah, we were going to bed and he said, Mom, will you always protect me? I'm like, baby, I will always protect you. See these good mamas? Yeah. And I was like, I love you so much, babe. I'm always going to be here for you. And he goes, well, even from zombies? And I was like, and he goes, just kidding, Mom, zombies aren't real. You told me that. I'm like, yeah. He goes, but what about from the dark angels? And I was like, where did you hear about dark angels? Like, were you watching something? And he's like, no, God told me. She said that there's dark angels out there, but she's got them locked up. So don't worry about it. And I'm like, what is happening? And I've been told a lot that this like kid's very connected to, like he's a space child. You guys don't have to believe into these things, but he's got a lot of, yep. That's all the words I know. So, but then he like starts giggling. He's like, Mom, actually, I put all of the dark angels in a dog cage, and it's so smashed in there that they're getting smashed and they died. And then he laughs and goes to sleep. Send help. Or maybe
it sounds like he's got it under control.
Yeah, it does.
So we don't need any help. Witten's got it. He's got all the dark angels.
Oh my gosh, they're squashed, you guys.
Woo!
Go squash your dark angels. If you got any in there, you guys do something to figure out some tools that can support you in regulating and moving down that scale back to that 0 where you're feeling fly, fresh, freaky, fun.
Mazetlani.
Hey, I'm
Yeah, because we acknowledge life isn't easy. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. And man, if you're just dysregulated all the time, it makes it even harder. So
go back and watch the dysregulation one where we talk about the actual tools.
Because there are some.
Yeah.
And we're still learning too.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for sharing that, Cal.
Yeah.
Really, though. That's, thank you so much. She's like, and I'm never coming here again.
Yeah.
No.
So I stopped podcasting after that one Banana Smash episode because I realized I should stop telling people the truth about my life.
Never.
Nope. Got to keep doing it. We'll show up. You guys, we're going to see you next Tuesday. Okay, if you don't know sign language or you couldn't see us, that's fine. We love you.
Love your guts.
Love your guts.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how you impact more lives. All right, see you next time.
Fucking Banana Smash. That's awful. I hate tattletelling on myself, but also I kind of really like it.
It's good.
I always feel better.
It's good because it's real and it's true, and people are going to need to hear those things.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing.